Hello, welcome back to Mental Wealth. I'm Erica. I am your mindset and money makeover big sis, and I'm glad you're here because we've got to talk about mental health professionals. I am not one. I have never claimed to be one. It's an idea I've tossed around, I've talked about, I've hemmed and hawed. I'm still hemming and I'm still hawing and I'm still going, I don't know. We're still working on that part. But there are a slew of mental health professionals out there, and we're going to talk about why you need one. Okay, my love. You've heard me say it before. You will hear me say it until I can't say it anymore. Go to therapy. Please go to therapy. I don't care if you are 13 or 83. If you are breathing, you need therapy. And I want to point out how many of those 70-something people, 70-something-year-old people who are walking around with wounds inside them. We all have them, whether you are a teenager or a senior citizen. You have a wound. We all do. It's the human nature. It's the human process. And the purpose of a mental health professional is to walk with you as you untangle all of the knots leading to your wounds. We're hopefully going to talk about in another video like the main 4 wounds that people have. We'll talk about them later. But today, before we even do that, before we start uncovering those layers, I want to set a foundation that you have someone holding your hands. I, for the most part, am a stranger on YouTube. Okay? You can listen to me. You can walk it by yourself. Absolutely. It is doable, but there are dangers. I'm gonna just be honest. There are snags and snares in your own mind. There are, all I can think about is those pits with the stakes in them. You've seen them in movies and stuff. Like, that exists in your own mind because your mind is very good at protecting you from the things that it views as harmful. And some memories, super harmful. And this may be just a cautionary tale, but there are some times when you don't need to be walking in the woods alone, okay? I grew up in Western North Carolina. The woods around my family's property, very safe, very safe. It was cleared regularly. There's a lot of line of sight, okay? But the woods up on the Appalachian Trail, you stay on the trail, and it's best if you have a hiking partner, okay? There's a reason we tell people not to go into the woods alone. What happens if something happens to you? Who's gonna call? Who's gonna help you, right? There are solo hikers. Shout out to you, because I ain't doing it. No thank you, ma'am. But we encourage people to hike in pairs. And as you're hiking through your brain, you need a hiking partner. There are bears up there. There are big cats. There are wendigos. There are Bigfoots. You know, the list is endless. There are snares and traps and tree roots and blocked passages. You know, how long can we go on this metaphor? Because it's all up there. And it gets dark and murky, and you need a partner through that, especially those who have like that deep, big trauma. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to mention it. But when it's there, it can get dangerous to go by yourself. You can do much by yourself, but when it comes to unpacking some of those bigger things, a loss of bodily autonomy, abuse, all of that stuff, it's safer to go with someone. And I'm here to ask you to find a professional to go with you. Now, I understand the cost, and boy, I understand the state of the United States healthcare system right now. Good freaking Lord. I get it. I get it. I pay for my therapy. I get it. But this is important. Your mental health as you're walking through all of this matters. And I want to ask you, this is a short video today, to get some help, because big changes, big uncoverings, big unravelings change you. We talked about in a video before about how, I left something that was not good for me. And it was a good change, but I still needed help navigating what came next. I needed help grieving what was and what should have been. And I went to therapy for that. And she walked alongside me. And I swear, like, her main role, I love my therapist, but her main role is encouraging me not to be so damned hard on myself. Ooh. She's got a full-time job where I'm down on myself and making like I'm bad and I'm right. Her job is like, you're not bad, you're human. You didn't do anything wrong. Leaving that was a good choice. You made a good choice. It just feels like crap right now. And we need that third party, that external, that not in our own head person to walk alongside us. Yes, a friend can do it, absolutely, but there is a vast difference between a friend and a professional. A professional is taught the tricky places, is taught the technique to bring you back from maybe that place where you were hurt. They're taught how to ground you back into now and not leave you living in the past. Do you know what I mean? They're taught all of those things, and they're there to be your guide sometimes, because the mind is tricky and messy. And for your mental health, for your business, for your family, for your future wealth, having that guide as you unlearn things, as you undo things, as you explore what happened to you, that, in my world, is crucial. You are strong, you are capable, and there's not a dang thing wrong with getting help. So, if you've been thinking about therapy, do it today. If you were in therapy and you ghosted your therapist, call them today. Get on the books. Okay? There are services out there. I've heard, the gamut, everything from 1-star to 5-star reviews. The one that I can think of is Better Health. I have no frame of reference for that. I went for a private practice. Tell us in the comments if you've used BetterHelp. There are so many others that I can't think of right now, but you could probably look up, like Google, online therapy. You don't have to go to an office if you don't want to. I do mine on Zoom, because it's so much easier. We started during the pandemic when everything was Zoom, and we've not left because it's so much easier. I don't have to drive anywhere. Thank goodness. So here is your sign that for your mental wealth, talk to a therapist. You can do this. You are worth it, and I believe in you. I'll see you later.